Hi everyone, this is Kalyan Kumar and welcome once again to my channel on YouTube, Product Review. In this channel, we review products that I've used for quite some time. And when you use a product for quite some time, you get to know all the pros and cons of that product, what works and what doesn't work. And today I have for you a flash drive, a USB flash drive. And this is a flash drive from Sandisk. Sandisk, which is now owned by WD, Western Digital. This is a 128 GB flash drive. I'll take out the cap and you can see a USB port there. And this is how the USB port looks like. It's a USB 2.0 port. And this is not an ordinary kind of pen drive. It's actually called iXpand Sandisk flash drive. Now the reason they call it that is because this gets into your computer, and if I turn it around, you will notice there is this knob which comes out, and that is your lightning adapter. This is the lightning jack that gets into the lightning port of your iPhone. And I think lightning port was there in the iPhone since iPhone 5. Before that you had that 30-pin jack, and now you have the lightning port. Therefore this can be connected to your iPhone and act as an external storage. One thing that was always missing on an iPhone was the fact that it did not have on-the-go OTG kind of a cable. But this enables your iPhone now with an external storage device. So even if you do not have sufficient storage on your iPhone, this can help you increase that up. So rather than paying that much money on an iPhone to get a much higher storage capacity, one can take an external drive like this, which can get your job done. And I'm going to explain to you how this actually gets the job done. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy a video on this from my computer, and then I'm going to connect this to my iPhone and show you how it works, how it plays, how it shows you all the files in this drive. So I have a cable here, and the reason this cable is basically a USB male and this is a USB female, and I'm going to attach this to this cable. Now one doesn't have to use the cable, one can directly plug this into the USB port of your laptop. But if you understand one particular thing, this is too wide. So what happens is, if you have a computer in which the USB drives are very close, if you connect this drive, it might block the other drive or the other port. And therefore what would happen is you'll be able to connect only one. In fact, in one of my Dell XPS 12.2 laptops, I have this issue. Both the USB ports are pretty close. So when I insert this, I have to take out whatever is there on the other port. So this cable helps you overcome that, because this is pretty narrow at the point where it connects to the laptop. So now I'm going to switch on the laptop, and I'm going to quickly get to the password, and this is now connected to the laptop. And let's check that out. Are we able to detect this? Let's go into this PC. I think I'll just take it out and reconnect this. And you can see the computer sound, which says that it has detected the drive, and there you go. So this is the drive. I already got some folders here, and so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up a video file. Now this video file, I think, is it says 2.18 GB, 2.18 GB video file. I'm going to copy this. That will also give you an idea about the read and the write speed. First of all, let me show you the write speed. Now I've copied it, and as you can see, it's 12.6 something, and then it drops down to 10. I think it would average out somewhere in the region of 7 to 8, but right now it's going pretty fast. It's a USB 2.0 port, so you can't really expect it to go that high in speed like a USB 3 would, but it's sufficient enough. You just got to wait a little bit longer than perhaps what you would have done had it been a USB 3 port, but it works perfectly fine. And it's transferring a 2.5 GB data, and it's showing me the time remaining as 3 minutes, and it's 17% complete. So I'm going to speed it up for you for the video, and I'm going to show you when it is almost done. So we reached 94% now, and we are just about to be able to copy this entire file. It has taken about 3.5 minutes to 4 minutes, and there you go. So now it's been copied into the flash drive. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to eject this. You've got to safely eject these devices. That's pretty important. And now I remove this. Now that video file is in this particular drive now. Now what I'm going to do, before you start using this with your iPhone, I'm going to show you the iPhone. Go to the App Store and try typing iXpand flash drive. Let me bring it closer to the camera. iXpand flash drive, and I'm going to search for this. And it gives you several apps. Try to get the app which has the picture of this particular drive, and that is the second one. If you notice the second one, this is the image and says Sandisk iXpand sync, because Sandisk has many different types of drives like this, and they have different apps. And since I've already installed it, so all I'm going to do is open. In your case, you'll have to install it. It's a free installation, free app, and I'm going to open this. And you don't have to keep it open. You can just connect the drive. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this knob out. And of course, the way it's placed is a little odd, but then I think it gets the job done. And I'm going to connect this to the lightning port and push it till you hear the click. And now it's connected. Now it says iXpand, should I allow or ignore? I say allow, and you can already see all the directories here, all the folders here. Now right now it also says in the top, preparing to sync. That's because what I have done is I've enabled this to sync. And yeah, sometimes the apps will crash as it did now, but again it gets back. It's preparing to sync. And what I've done is I've made this to sync with all my camera rolls, all the pictures that I take through my iPhone in the camera rolls. So every time I connect this, it automatically syncs this device. And in syncing, the best part is it only syncs those new pictures that I've taken and does not sync anything else. And the syncing right now is between these two. Now it also would give you an option. Once the syncing is over, it will give you an option to either delete the pictures from this or keep the pictures in this. So if you want to delete it, if you have less storage space on your iPhone, then definitely you should delete it. Otherwise, you can retain the pictures there. So as you can see, there's a red line moving that shows you that the syncing is getting done. It's going to get over very fast. And when it gets done, we'll get back to you. It's about to get over. It's about to get completed, the red line. That means all my camera roll pictures are getting backed up. I don't want to use the drive right now as the syncing is in progress, because it would only make it stutter a little bit more. And it's only copying pictures that I have not copied into this drive. As you can see, the syncing is over. And these are the files that are there in this. Now remember, this is the last part, is the video that we had just copied, 2.5 GB of video, and I can play it through the device. I need not copy it into my iPhone, and I'm going to play this and show it to you. It's a video that I did a couple of days back, and this is live streaming through this. And you can scrub this video. I take it here.
Or the battery stopped working. So you don't have that issue with this thing. And
let me scrub it a little bit more.
Pretty huge. So this used to be
and just imagine
not able to use the keys here.
That this is a 2.5 GB video playing without any stutter. It is playing directly through the drive, and the drive is working so smoothly. You can listen to songs, you can copy songs, and now I'm going to show you how that's done, how copying is done. Now this is the file in my in this particular drive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one file and show you how it's copied. As you can see, there is a select button down. What I'll probably do is should I sort of decrease the brightness maybe? Yeah, I'll decrease the brightness here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the select, and now I want to select one particular file or folder. I select this file, there's a red mark here, and just below it shows me where do you want to put this. So I'm going to press this. Gives me a lot of options. Should I want to send it in WhatsApp? You can send everything through WhatsApp right through this, or through message, or through mail, and it shows me various apps. And just below that it says add to iCloud Drive, save to Dropbox, copy to folder, and then it says save to my downloads. Now my downloads is the folder which is inside this particular Sandisk app, and that particular folder is created in the phone itself. It uses the phone memory. So what I say is, I say okay, save to my downloads. So when I hit this, the file is going to get copied to the folder called my downloads, which is inside this. And it says there is already a file like this. Do you want to overwrite? I say overwrite. It's copied. Just look at the speed. It was about a 5 MB file, copied almost instantly. And now how do you go to that my downloads? There is a menu bar here. I go to my downloads, and these are the files that I already have in menu downloads. And I think the one that I copied was something called test, and that must be somewhere here at the bottom. Yeah, it's a test wave. So this is the test wave.
Hello. What?
So this is the file that I copied. And if I want to copy something else from this to the drive, do the same process, press the select and click this. Then it says where do you want to make it go. I say copy to folder, and then it shows you the drive, this drive. Take up any folder. Let's say I take up this folder, and then it says copy here, and I copy here, and as you can see, the file is getting transferred almost instantly. So you can transfer files from the phone to the drive, to the drive to the phone, and so on. And you can do the complete camera backup on this. As you can notice here, it says camera sync. And you have my downloads, you have transfer contacts, you can set up contracts, and it gives you details at the bottom regarding the battery life remaining on the device, that is on this particular phone. 59% of iPhone storage is still remaining vacant, and 83%, it also shows you the amount of drive space that is left in this particular drive, and it says 88%. So it gives you all the details of that, and this is a pretty amazing kind of a device for an iPhone or an iPad. You can use it in iPad, whichever has a Lightning port. Starting from iPhone 5 onwards, you can use it on any iOS device and use the data from the laptop or your computer or your desktop and transfer that into your iOS device and do back and forth. So this is the review of this product. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the different options of this available. This is available in several capacities. The one that I'm having is 128 GB. I'm going to show you the Indian pricing, and I'll roughly convert that into the American dollars. And then I'm going to show you what does those capacity mean, how many pictures can you store, how many videos can you store in those, and I'll also give you an idea about the Indian pricing of these products. So this is the detail of each of the capacities that you have. As you can notice, You have a Sandisk iXpand flash drive 16 GB. You have one of 32 gigs, then you have 64 gigs and 128 gigs. And this was the one that I showed you. Now, as you can notice, the capacities are given here. And what it tells you is, if you take a 10 megapixel picture, if each picture of yours is 10 megapixel, then you can store in this drive 900 pictures of that kind and a video of 1080p of 40 minutes. On a 32 GB, it becomes double, 1880. 64 GB, it becomes even double of that. And in 128 GB, you can store 7200 pictures of 10 megapixel and 320 minutes of video along with that of 1080p. When it comes to music, well, in the 16 GB, you can store 1000 songs and you will still have 4 GB free. In the 32 GB, you can store 2000 songs and you can still have 8 GB free, and so on. And in the 128 gigs, you can have 8000 songs stored in that. And they're all USB 2.0, and these are the dimensions. The dimensions are virtually the same, they're not any different, and they all work with iPhone 5 or newer because they are the ones which have the Lightning port. And it works with several operating systems like Windows Vista, Windows 7, 8, 10, Mac OS 10, etc. And there are no drivers required to be installed in your PC or your Mac. That's because it is a simple USB flash drive. And one thing that we need to understand, that it can only support WMV files, AVR files, MKV files, MP4 files and .mov video formats if you want them to play in the native state. But there is always an option of trying to open a particular video which perhaps may not be supported here and make it play through some other video player that you might have in your phone. So that bit is a little bit possible. And you can also have a password protection. So whenever the drive gets connected, it will ask you for a password. I've not enabled it because I always keep this with myself. I don't lose it. So if you want, you can do a password protection that comes with 128 bit of AES encryption. The read-write speeds are generally about 6 to 8 megabits per second. In fact, the write is about 6 to 8 megabits per second. The read is about 10 to 11 megabits per second. So now let me show you the pricing. The pricing, this is on Amazon India. And here you will notice the pricing. It's a pretty steep price. But what I cannot for the life of me understand is why the hell could they not have a better pricing? Because the 16 gig version costs you about 4,500 rupees. That's too huge. Just because you have an additional storage or additional a jack for connecting it to an iPhone doesn't make you rise your price by this amount, because the same 16 gigs coming in a normal flash drive would cost you less than 1,000 rupees or perhaps just hardly 1,000 rupees. But this is 4,500. And look at the absurdity of the pricing. This is 4,500. When you double it, 32 gigs, it becomes 6,000. That means you are increasing the price by 1,500 when you double it. Okay, let's double it again from 32 to 64. Now look at the price jump. 64 is 8,000 almost, and this is 6,000. There's a 2,000 price difference between 32 gigs and 64 gigs. And the absurdity is yet to come. From 64 to 128, if you jump, look at the price difference. This is 8,000, 64 GB, and this 128 GB is 8,300 only. That means, which fool is going to buy a 64 GB when the 128 GB can be had for just 300 rupees extra? I mean, makes absolutely no sense. 16 to 32, 1,500 difference. 32 to 64, 2,000 difference. And 64 to 128, only 300 rupees different. So this is the kind of pricing that they have, but then that's it. We can't help it. This is based on Amazon India, and you can convert them into dollars. If you want to convert them into dollars, 8,300 rupees is going to roughly translate into about $120 US dollars. That is based on the current day, which is 4th of March 2017. So that's it from my side. This was a review of Sandisk iXpand 128 GB flash drive that can be used for iPhones and iPads and computers. Hope to meet you in the next video, and please do not forget to subscribe to this channel to get more videos that will help you understand what each of these gadgets are, and especially the ones that I've used for quite some time, so that I can tell you all the pros and cons of this. Thank you for watching.